All right, welcome to another episode of the SOS Podcast. This is week 11.
Nope.
And
Wrong.
It's not?
Nope. It's 12.
It's 12.
Episode 12.
Again.
12?
It's 12.
Yeah.
Cut.
No, keep rolling.
No, we're going to redo it.
Just do it again.
I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
No, do it again right now. Go.
Welcome to yet another episode of the SOS Podcast. This is week number 12. And I'm here today with the usual crew, other than one.
Dude, I would have punched him.
Minus one. Logan is not with us today because he is living it up in Florida. And it's just the trio of dreams. Here we are. And Goldsby, how was your week this week?
It was good. It's a little bit different. It's a Tuesday night. We're recording on a different day.
It is a Tuesday night.
It's a Tuesday night.
How was your last week
and weekend?
And your Monday?
And my Monday and Tuesday. They were good. I worked yesterday, last night, worked today, sub today, and sub in the middle school. That was some middle schoolers.
What kind of sub did you have?
I did not have a sub.
Middle schoolers?
I did subs in the middle school. I'm in the middle school all week, this weekend, next week.
That's gotta be tough.
So,
middle schoolers are fucking weird.
You know what? It keeps the day a little more interesting, though. Like, the high schoolers, they're just like there. They're just like, whatever, I'm too cool to talk to you. Whereas the middle schoolers just don't stop talking. Last week, I broke up a fight in the high school, so...
I have a story to tell, but I'll tell you after you're done with your week. It's about middle schoolers.
Okay. I don't know where this is going. I'm a little worried.
No, it's about middle schoolers and cross-country meet.
Okay, so we'll get there. Yeah, no, it's different. It's a little bit different for all of us.
Maybe Logan will listen to this on the way home.
We miss Logan.
Yes, we fucking do.
We have no idea.
We deeply miss Logan, and we can't wait for him to be back and back in his seat next to us, and slightly buzzed, and it should be a good time. But
speaking of that,
what's that?
This is the soberest of.
It is definitely. It's a Tuesday night.
This is the soberest of episodes.
I mean, I had a couple before. You had a couple before. You got some scotch, warm you up a little bit. So
no, it's just bourbon. He just has.
Bourbon.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's bourbon. I didn't know. One of the two.
We'll get to that.
But I'm drinking water. Gage is drinking water. So it's a Tuesday night. We can get turned on.
Jordan's drinking out of a fucking
Tuesday.
Breeze Valentine's Day mug.
Dude, it's
Baby
a nice
Yoda
coffee
one for
cup.
me.
Yeah, fucking.
Baby Yoda one for me. Oh, Baby Yoda.
Because it's Baby Yoda
one for me.
I get it. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
That's clever. But yeah, nothing crazy. Just waiting to hear back from a couple job applications, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah, nothing crazy.
They just closed though, didn't they? What, Friday?
Last Wednesday. So
it's
probably not gonna hear anything, but it's all right. We'll just
they can get fucked.
keep waiting.
Expect the worst, hope for the best.
It's all right. Just
What the fuck's your hat say?
do nothing.
Only you can pack it. Oh, I don't want to.
No, it says only you can pack it out.
You cook.
Kook. Kook?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means douchebag, basically.
What is kook?
I had to look it up. Crook.
Crook. But there's no R. It says kook.
Yeah, you kook. Yeah, yeah. It's
What the fuck is
look
that?
it up. Look
Logan,
up.
I'm going
It's
to.
like it
Jordan,
means
I keep calling. It's the first time I called him Logan.
ignorant bastard. It means douchebag.
Like crazy or eccentric person.
There you go.
That's
You
what it
kook.
means.
Whatever.
Well, that's not.
But yeah.
That's you.
Strange. Kooky.
That's
There you
you.
go.
Crazy
Okay.
and eccentric.
Wow.
Not
All
douchebag.
right, well, I was a
So
little
you were
wrong.
like way off.
Yeah, it was way off. But
I mean, you're a douchebag too.
I
But
like the hat and the Seek and Enjoy company. It was cool company. It was one of those
That's
companies
cool.
that reached out to me and said, buy me.
Hey,
or, I'll
do
give
your
you
shit.
Did they
Yeah.
give it to you for free?
Yeah, they did.
Jeez.
you're an influencer.
But
He is.
You're a little
Making
social-
money.
But I never
we got ourselves a little social media influencer.
No, I'm not. I don't have
post on
I
Instagram
don't
with
have
your
any
link.
fucking followers, barely, and I just do my own thing. I don't.
Use code Jetty Adventure at checkout for 10% off.
Gage, how was your weekend and week?
So last week I got engaged.
Oh yeah! Congratulations.
Forgot that was part of last week.
I did too till this.
Because it feels like another week.
The weekend was so long.
Bree's upset though because she has to get her ring resized, so she doesn't have it anymore.
Dude, you can't win them all. It can't all be 10.
But I bought her also.
I did not mean
I
that
didn't
as
hear
in
what you
Bree
said.
is not a 10. I meant.
What the fuck did you say?
I said they can't all be 10s is what I said, and I was not referring to.
What does that even mean?
I was saying in circumstances relevant to your situation. I'm saying because you didn't get the right size.
You
of
were
ring.
digging yourself into a hole, my friend.
I'm
Just
gonna
stop
shut up
talking.
now, but
Okay, I don't understand.
That's like me
making.
making the comment about Logan's wife last weekend.
Yeah, that was funny as fuck though.
I didn't realize until after I listened to it back, and he's like, "That's my wife."
I said that, and I was like, "That's Logan's wife," and I was fucking in tears while I was saying it.
Logan got up instantly. It was so
Anywho,
hilarious.
Gage, how was your week, bro?
But I did buy her also like those Quelo rings, whatever it is.
Quaaludes?
No.
You got a Quaaludes?
The little silicone rings, because that's what she would wear to work.
Yeah.
Cock rings?
So she has not those. She doesn't wear cock
Quaaludes
ring
and cock rings. I wonder where this night's going.
I'm out. My week is over. Yep. Jordan, how was your week, buddy?
How else was your week? What else did you do?
Sorry.
I didn't do
I'm
anything.
sorry.
I worked. All right, I guess I can tell my story.
Yeah, I was about to say, you had something to say.
This didn't happen recently.
It was during
the fall. So we had a middle school track. It was like a big track cross country invitational, and the middle schoolers ran last. And there was this boy that finished the race and didn't know where to stop. He passed the finish line and looked at us like, I'm there just in case like someone dies at the finish line. And he looks at me and one of the guys I was working at, and he was like, "Can I stop?" And the guy next to me was like, "I don't care."
Sure.
He's like, well, is this the end? And the dude was like, "You just ran through the finish line. Yeah, it's over. Like, you don't have to keep running." And he stopped and he was like, "Oh my God, thank God. I don't know why I do this."
Dude, distance runners are so painful to watch. Like every track meet I've worked, especially like the 4x4, like when they finish running like the 2 mile, like they literally like collapsing at the finish line. And I'm like, why do you do that?
It looks miserable.
That doesn't look enjoyable to me at all.
I was always taught running is a like obedience thing. Like running is a punishment.
Are you a dog?
For doing something wrong. No, like basketball, we ran because we fucked up or anything
like
that.
Logan runs for...
I run.
He runs to stay in shape as an adult, and I envy him for that. I ride bikes to stay in shape.
He runs, but there's people that run as like a hobby. Like I feel like Logan is one of them. Like he's staying in shape, but I think he thoroughly enjoys running.
Yeah, it's probably
I did not enjoy running in like before, but like after I started running now, I like running.
I used to run, but when I found cycling, that kind of changed everything.
I was gonna say, well, there's a big difference now.
But I think,
could you run now?
I think I could, yeah, because I'm honestly I'm in the best shape of my life, even though I'd make poor decisions.
So I'm curious who would run further between the three of you.
Run further, Logan.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Because I'm not a runner. I'm in shape for cycling, but I'm not in shape for running.
Logan.
It's two totally different things.
running, by the way. Logan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logan runs every day.
Yeah, I mean it's like he's in shape
I don't run
for
when
running.
It's cold. I'm not running outside when it's cold.
Like I'm in shape for cycling. I'm not in shape for running, and that is two totally different things. It's not. It's not the same. You don't use the same muscles. You don't use the same breathing techniques. It's different. It's totally different.
That makes sense. So Jordan, how was your week?
My week was good. Tuesday. I got a couple rides in this week. And weekend. Did a 30-mile ride on Saturday, which was absolutely brutal. Way different weather.
That doesn't even
way different weather.
That doesn't even sound remotely fun.
Just rode my bike 30 miles.
Why?
Why does Logan run?
He doesn't run 30
miles. He doesn't run 30 miles.
That's different. It's bike, you can cover more ground quicker, but 30 miles really isn't that crazy. It was when I first started cycling. It was really crazy, but no,
it's not fun if you just ride a bike first time.
Like
for 30 miles.
going back to I gotta start somewhere, because going back to like our New Year's podcast, I was saying how I wanted to do my first 100-mile ride, first century ride. So I gotta keep training and keep getting better and getting more miles. And
experience from riding a bike for 30 miles in the marathon.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't ride a bike at all and was like, hey, you want to ride a bike for the marathon? Sure. Yeah, here, ride 31.7 miles. I remember the exact fucking distance, because I was like, this, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm here to help people, and someone's gonna need to help me.
Well, it was enjoyable, but yet it was extremely brutal, because I rode a towpath, rode from Waterville to Grand Rapids, Ohio, and rode that, and then I was gonna ride to my brother's house, which is like another 10 miles, and I had to turn around because the wind was blowing so hard directly at me, the headwind, and I was literally crying, and tears were freezing on my face. Only time I don't like head. And
this one's a headwind.
So I turned around, and the wind was blowing so hard it basically like just pushed me all the way back into Grand Rapids. But no, it was a good time. But when I got back to the car, I had to like thoroughly unthaw It was rough.
Thoroughly unfair.
No, it was cold. It was cold. But today was absolutely beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
And I got out to the pump track. And
it's supposed to be just as nice tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a little more windy tomorrow.
Yes,
for sure. But I think sunshine and warm weather is what everyone's happy for and excited for, and it definitely creates a awesome euphoria for everyone. Just everyone's in better well-being, better atmosphere.
For the longest walk ever today too.
Nice.
And we saw so many people walk.
Still a psycho.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He peed on me, did he? Peed on my leg.
Aw. Told you not to touch him.
I sniffed it, and he did.
It's because he misses Logan.
He does. He misses Logan.
Well, I'm like, hey, ignore him. And Jordan's, we go down there.
How can you ignore him?
And Jordan is on the ground with him, playing with him. Like, what do you?
Yeah, if you just get down and pet him, he's fine. But yeah, you're on the ground with him. He's probably like, you're gonna get a golden shower.
He can't control himself when he gets overstimulated.
Sometimes.
Jordan can't either.
I'm actually the only one indulging. I had to have one little small
you only
snifter.
had to drink it because we made you do the intro.
Yeah, small snifter
like,
of
need some intro. All right, I'm gonna need something to drink.
This is the 12th episode, and so we've all have equally taken our turns.
And
so
I've never been sober.
That's a good point. He's got a good point.
I think I'm just curious how it would go if we just didn't drink at all.
Let's do a
one Sunday.
One
Sunday, we didn't, but literally all day long, you can't have a single drop of alcohol.
But I'm drinking Bullet or bourbon right now.
You can't have a single drop of alcohol or tobacco. No chew.
I'm done. I'm in.
That's easy for me. Let's do it.
I know that'd be easy for you. It'd be easy for me too.
Well, I mean, I enjoy.
You're singling me out right now.
I enjoy
you and I mean, I'd be curious to see Logan when Logan.
If I don't drink, I don't chew. Do you think when I'm cycling or doing things like that?
We could do a bet. We could see. We're here now. Logan probably won't listen to this. So the next episode we have, how long do you think Logan can go without hitting his vape?
Well, I think it's worse when he drinks because it's just like when you drink and you want to smoke. It's the same situation. So
every time I drink, I want to chew, and that's the only time.
Yeah, but that's not the question I asked.
Outside of work,
how long do you think he can go?
I'm saying if we don't drink, I think he can go longer.
Yeah, if it's a sober episode.
If we're drinking.
Are we just doing this straight up without telling him?
What I'm
saying
is, I'm not. If we're gonna go into it saying we're not drinking or using tobacco, so he's gonna purposely not hit it. I'm saying like if we don't say a normal episode, how long do you think it takes him to hit the vape? The over under is probably 7 minutes.
Wow, that's under. That's way under. That's a lot less than what I expected.
Over.
I would take the over too.
Yeah, I'm taking the over for sure. He's gonna.
I guarantee you, he'd hit that shit as soon as he sits down. He has 2 of them.
What are we betting on this?
What do you want to bet?
Why do I have to set it?
A bottle for the shelf.
Do you have a problem with 7 minutes? I think 7 minutes is a good. If you severely think that I don't think.
You think 7 minutes is a good spot?
So you're saying we're not going to tell him?
Don't tell him.
No.
Okay, then.
But the only problem is we got 2 weeks for him to listen to this before we record again, so he might actually hear this.
I'm going to take the under.
I'm taking the over.
You're going under?
I'm going to go under, yeah. Because if we're not telling him, when he sits down, he's going to hit it. And I realize he doesn't eat when he's not smoking or when he's not drinking.
He hits it all the time.
Yes. Because when I was at his house when he was working on his bathroom, he was hitting that thing left and right.
Well,
and he wasn't drinking. Yes. Double fisting like a fucking saloon draw.
You think he's going to take longer than 7 minutes?
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
So when does the timer start, though?
When
he walks through the door, or when we sit down
in here?
When we're all like, all right, let's do our pre-pro stuff.
Yeah, the pre-com. That's when it starts.
Okay.
When we all start the pre-com. I'm taking 7 minutes. From the time he sits down on this couch, it is within under 7 minutes he'll hit it again.
I'm taking 14 and a half.
Do you think 14 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Not a fucking chance.
Yep.
Not a chance.
But you're iffy on the 7, so where are you at? Are you in the middle of that 7 and 14?
No, I didn't know if you guys thought that 7 was a good over/under.
No, actually, I like that.
Good line.
I like that. I'm taking the under.
I want to take the under too, but I know if I take the under, it's going to be like 7 minutes and 12 seconds.
That's fine.
Do we want to just give a number and we'll see who's the closest?
All right, so we're going under 7, you're going over 7,
yep.
And you think 14 and
14 and a half.
From the time he sits down?
From the time he sits down on this casting couch.
So there's a lot of variables here. If it falls out of his pocket,
6:59, you take 7:01.
If it falls out of his pocket, he's gonna take longer to hit it because he's not gonna be able to find it.
Why is there a variable?
Okay, now we're overthinking this. We need to move on.
He's got loose pockets every week.
I say he's gonna hit that within
5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes of sitting down. Absolutely.
Mine was 5 minutes.
All right.
I'm gonna say 6. I give him
Okay.
6.
Okay, I'm going
5,
5.
6, 14.5. Here we go.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right,
It's
What are we
written in. It's
betting?
locked in.
What are we betting?
I don't know. We'll just do bragging rights for this one, and we'll start doing these.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll start
Bragging
doing
rights,
rights.
No.
for sure. Yeah, we
I
can make
don't want
bets.
to be a part of something that we're not actually betting something on. There's no
Okay,
fun
let's
in
do
that.
a bottle.
A bottle of what?
Dealer's choice.
choice. If I lose, you guys have to decide on what you want.
No. The loser buys a bottle of whatever, and that's the drink for the next week.
The loser
Ooh,
picks
that could
the bottle.
totally fuck you
Ooh, I
guys
like
win.
that.
Yeah, the
I like
loser
that.
gets to pick.
But the problem is there could be 2 losers with this bet.
Then we're gonna have
There
two
will be
bottles.
because there'll only be one winner.
Yeah, there's only been one winner.
Nuh-uh. If it's the under 7 minutes, me and you will both win.
Yeah, and I'll have to buy.
Oh,
a
okay.
bottle. So
All right.
yeah, that's fair. And if I win, you guys got to buy 2 bottles.
I
fine.
almost think we take away the line and pick a number, and whoever's closest.
That's what I said.
All right. Well,
No over
14
under. What's the
and a
line?
half.
14
14
and a half?
and a half, 6 and 5, right?
I'm going 5. I'm
I'm gonna take
stakes in here.
7 as a
7.
line.
Big
Okay,
stakes on
5,
here.
7, 14 and a half. There
That's
we
a
go.
So
good one.
the furthest away buys a bottle.
Not Price is Right rules.
Furthest away
Yeah,
buys
if
a
you
bottle.
go over or whatever.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Sounds good.
All right. Well,
I automatically don't lose, by the way,
why?
because I'm in the middle of you two. So if it's over me, it's me and Jordan. If it's under me, it's me and you. That was the safest bet I've ever made.
I don't like this then.
Good
That
job,
can't
Gage.
work.
All right, so this week,
He outsmarted us.
you witty motherfucker. This week is a year to date from
Yeah.
when
Pretty damn close. Or is it
the
actually a year to
lockdown
date?
started
So-
and this whole COVID thing hit the whole world. Well, hit
Well,
us
it
in
hit
the
a little
United
bit
States,
before
really.
this, but like
it did,
this
but
is about when everything shut
this is
down.
when everything was shutting down and everyone kind of went into panic mode. I remember being I went to my parents' house and I remember going to the grocery store, the local grocery store, and there were so many people in there buying canned goods, stocking up. So
Toilet paper.
I grabbed a fucking cart and I was filling it up, taking it to my parents' house, making sure they had shit that they needed, because who the fuck knows what was going to happen. And here we are a year later.
Alive.
So actually, so today to date was the very first positive case in the state of
It's our
Ohio.
COVID anniversary.
Was the very first positive case in Ohio, and then on the 15th, which today's the 9th, on the 15th is when the governor came on and shut down everything. Yeah. So that night at 9 p.m., everything was shut down. Because I was working my restaurant that day, and we heard rumors, and I remember saying, I'm like, there's no fucking way. I'm like, everybody just calm down. There's no way we're getting shut down. Like, he can't shut everything down. There's no way. We turned on the news conference. It was a Sunday, and he came on and said, tonight at 9 o'clock,
All bars and restaurants.
all bars and restaurants need to be shut down.
Well, that was schools too. Schools were in that.
Schools had already known because I was subbing that week, and
Schools closed down like the 10th or the 9th.
Yeah,
That was
well,
that
it
Friday.
was that Friday.
Thursday.
We worked Friday. They were able to go that Monday. So the governor gave the option to go until the 19th. Or I'm sorry, the 16th.
But Clay shut down right away. They were
Yeah.
like, fuck that, no.
But I was working at Gibsonburg, and I was subbing then, and they actually had me come back in as a sub even on the 15th. All the teachers were there, but they had me there just to fill in for the teachers so the teachers could go make copies and get all their shit in order, because they told them don't expect to come back the rest of the year.
So you were just subbing per room when they needed
Correct.
you.
And so you got to think on March 15th, the teachers were told you need to figure out a lesson plan for the rest of the school year right now.
That'll probably be online. Good luck.
They didn't even really plan the online stuff then. Like, they hadn't even prepared for that. That wasn't until the middle of the summer. Like, teachers were going to the fucking
And that should have been the day that I bought my life savings in Zoom stock.
Yeah, but then Zoom has already dropped off already.
A couple months later, I bought
should
it
have gotten GameStop.
and made some coin.
Yeah,
but
well, I didn't think Reddit was going to be serious for once.
I'm curious what GameStop was then last March.
GameStop surged
$3, $2.
It was like $2 then.
Yeah.
GameStop surged.
That's why I was
I'm
being
pretty
short.
sure it was 30% today.
And why?
Because
they just fuck around with it, dude. They're showing how manipulative the stock market is.
they're basing it off of the fact that Chewy.com's CEO
Yeah.
just joined the board for GameStop.
That's
and they're
so
saying
weird.
it's going to be.
They're gonna figure out a way.
They're going to do some
go
e-commerce shit for GameStop, and they're going to revamp their whole system.
revamp
and
it
make
by fucking giving me more than $3 for my fucking brand new video game. How about that?
I don't see it, but you know, you
No, I don't think
never
so.
know.
That's
This
not
has been a wild year for everything.
You can buy.
Everything,
You can buy any video game you want online through your console.
Yeah.
So why would you go to GameStop?
So just to put it in, just because we're on the topic really quick, the last 3 months, GameStop is up 1,800%.
Yeah.
The last month, they're up 261%. The last week, they're up 113%.
I'd say it was at $199.
Yep.
On what was it? Thursday last week.
And then a week ago, it's up 113% from a week ago, and just today alone, it's up 27%.
You know what's wild? That almost hit $500.
So today it is $261.86.
Yeah,
it went from $3 to $300 and $400 and $500.
I looked at it at $6. I said,
not a chance.
It peaked out.
I looked at it on Reddit and I was like, there is no fucking way this is gonna really happen.
It peaked on January 27th at $347.
Yeah, it was at like $3.
And a year ago, remember, that's what I originally brought up. So let's go back a year ago now. Was, $3.50.
Imagine if you bought just 10 shares at $3.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
Crazy.
you, Reddit.
But that has nothing to do with today's topic and today's.
It kind
it kind of does. It ties in a little bit.
Yeah, but would
Just
that
this
have
year in
happened?
general.
Would that have happened if COVID didn't happen?
I don't know. Probably not. People probably wouldn't have as much time on their hands.
Exactly. Or
These people on Reddit have just that's the shit
time
they do.
and money. People have time and money this year. Like a lot of people have suffered. A lot of people have lost jobs. There's a lot of people.
There's just as many people that have made millions of dollars.
Very true. Very true.
That didn't have millions of dollars.
So it's kind of a split community, really. Because
can you smell that banana bread?
I only smell I smell feet.
They're probably my feet because I rode today and I haven't showered yet.
You have two different socks on too, by the way.
Judge me.
Maybe it is the banana bread.
It's not my feet.
That sounds terrible to say that the banana bread smells like feet.
But tell Bree that.
Yeah, go tell Bree that, man. Fuck you.
That's not. I just got done saying I love banana bread. That's not at all what I'm saying.
That's not what I don't smell feet though.
You're just gonna let that go?
No, I heard him. I don't know why he said that.
Feet, banana bread.
You're about to eat that mic is what you're about to do.
Banana bread.
So that brings up the question, like we were talking today, and I think about like a year ago when that happened, when he announced it. I was managing at Longhorn, and like our staff just totally freaked out. And I remember I came in the next day, and we were shut down, but we were still doing takeout, and we just had to totally revamp the entire, like, per dining room. Like there was 3 of us that had been with the company forever, and we're like, let's figure this out. Like, what are we gonna do to make this easier on us? And we had to revamp everything. We had to revamp everything we do. We had to change things. We had to move things around. I was fucking pulling cables out of the ceiling to move things around, and I mean, it was just crazy. We figured it out ourselves, but I think everybody did that.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how businesses have adapted.
It is. It really is. But I was like, Jordan and I were talking today, and I'm like, you know, my style and like my work stuff changed dramatically for that reason. Now, mind you, we're back to normal in a sense, but at the same time, like our restaurant's still not at full capacity. Our to-go business is still significantly crazier than what it was before, but I don't think that's ever going to drop off. I think to-go's, you know, carry-out businesses for everybody is going to stay busy. More and more people are just eating out. More and more people aren't comfortable.
Potentially could get back to everything could be back to how it was if, what do I say? For 2 weeks straight, we have to have 50. Less than 50 out of 1,000 people, 50 cases out of 1,000 people for 2 weeks.
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah. Yes. And as of when he announced that, we were at 175.
Yeah.
But
you go back for 2 weeks straight.
Correct. But you go back 2 months ago and we were over 500.
Yeah.
So since then, we've gone down. We've dropped dramatically.
We also gave hundreds of thousands of vaccines as well.
Yes. But we've dropped dramatically. So, and we're continuing to drop. So I would say, shut up. I would say, yes, Gage is the one responsible, single-handedly responsible for all the vaccines.
He's just plugging people left and right.
I'm not doing that. Plug it. How do we always get to plug?
You're welcome. But if you look at the overall numbers, like they're continuing to go down. So yeah, even though things may be back to somewhat normal and we remove the mask, social distancing, shit like that kind of goes away, I still think there's going to be certain aspects that are always going to stay. Like our lives are never going to be 100% the same they were a year ago.
Different. No,
there will be things that are different.
Well, it's not going to be as much different to us now, but if we look back a year, it's going to be different. Like, we're used to this now.
Yeah.
No, we are. But what I'm saying is there's certain things that if you go back a year ago, go back a year and a half ago, we're never going to get back to that point.
No, absolutely
There's certain
not.
things that will never be the same. Like, they're never going to be open again. Like, there's certain businesses that are gone for that reason. And there's also, like I said, the to-go business like my restaurant does. We do significant more. And it's just because even 2 years from now, they can say, oh, the COVID's gone. I think there's still going to be people that aren't as comfortable going out to eat. There's some people that are still freaked out about it. But
there's always going to be people that don't want to go out.
What I'm curious a little bit, like I was thinking about on the way here, is like, I know how my life was dramatically changed. You, Jordan, kept working, right? Like things didn't really change for you.
Things changed a lot for me. But when it comes to work, no, it didn't change very much. At first, it fell off. Like we were down to 6 hours a day and everyone was freaking out. Everyone, kept their distance and we all just didn't know what was going to happen next. Mm-hmm. But then it kind of came full circle and we started producing product for companies that made chemicals, companies that, cleaning chemicals, companies that, like food companies. And then our business just shot through the roof. So we were working day in and day out trying to fulfill these contracts and getting people what they needed to essentially help people and keep people safe. And so that was kind of cool being an essential business on that aspect. Mm-hmm. But we definitely ran through some battles with, just what we had to do on a daily basis. And then they put in the mask mandate and everyone had to wear masks. And so we just kind of just rolled with the punches, just like every other business did. But we continued to work throughout all of it, which was, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. Because I know a lot of people lost their jobs and things like that through all of this. But like I said, we were able to keep working and it was nice. But it definitely changed my entire perspective on life, on people, on just what I believe in and everything like that. But
I think that's probably how it was for everybody, though. Everybody's perspectives on things changed. Because
I guess it could go both ways, though. But, I mean, it could perspective in the negative and perspective in the positive.
Sure, but what I'm saying is people were more, you're more realistic of things that, your parents would always say, or people would always say, well, the bar is always still going to be there, or, the mall's still always going to be there, and it's little things like you hear somebody say that, and then in retrospect, all of a sudden everything's closed, and it's like, well,
it's not there.
That shit that you always said was going to be there is not there anymore. So there's little things like that you take for granted, and just the simplicity of going to a mall or going to a restaurant or going to a bar,
going to the fucking movies,
going to the movies.
Brie and I went to the movies this weekend too.
Really?
Oh,
it was
first
us.
time in a year.
No, we went and seen something else, but
recent though.
The last time, no, it was like probably in the mid when movie theaters first opened back up. We went and saw something.
When did they open back up?
I don't fucking remember.
I don't watch movies. I don't know.
But it was like we were the only ones in the movie theater.
Who'd you go with?
Me and Bree.
Oh, I thought
Bree and I.
I'm okay. I thought you were about to say you went with someone this weekend.
No, and there was just Bree and I, and then there was an old couple in the front row. That was it.
What'd you see?
Chaos Walking. It's pretty good.
Who was in it?
Tom Holland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Nick Jonas.
There's an old couple in watching this?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like how old?
Probably 70s.
Really? I just wouldn't picture that being an old person film.
That's pretty good. And whatever the actress is that plays Rey in Star Wars.
What theaters you go to?
Levis Commons.
Did you get a beer?
No, they don't have beer there.
Yeah, they do.
Not at Levis Commons. We had this conversation.
Is it Fallen Timbers?
I don't know. I haven't been to Fallen Timbers in a while.
It's probably Fallen Timbers.
It's not. Levis Commons doesn't have shit right now because they don't have the pizzas, they don't have the cookies, they don't have anything.
Popcorn?
They have popcorn and slushies and then candy. That's it.
Okay. What more do you need?
Well, Brie and I usually get a pizza, chicken tenders, and pretzels when we go to the movies.
It's not 500 pounds.
All right.
I'm a movie club member, bro. It's all like
55%. You're into that shit, and I envy you for that. I wish I could sit down and watch movies.
It was a pretty good movie.
It's a weird thing to. I mean, it's not. It's just a hobby, I guess. But anyways, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, Gage. Back to what we were talking about. Your job was significantly more important than ours in a sense, but the way that it was handled and what you were doing,
yes.
Still, I mean, you were part of the front lines through all of this. So how did your life change, and when it comes to your occupation, and what did you?
My life was completely different. I went from being an athletic trainer at Clay to taking temps at the front of the hospital, at the front of the COVID unit, to COVID testing to fucking mobile testing to doing about fucking anything possible. And now we're back to the schools, but now we also do the vaccine shit. So like just about anything you can think of is we have done it in the past year.
So you've literally lived through the progression of this virus, the process it takes from the initial response, direct response of first responders, you were there, to essentially the vaccines, the vaccination
it's
process.
Wild.
So you were there every
like
single step of the way. And that's kind of crazy to think about, from outside looking in. Like, wow, you were literally on the front lines the entire time. You got to see and witness everything, and not everybody gets to do that. Not a lot of people even understand that, and I think there's a lot of ignorance.
Yeah, there's an extreme amount of ignorance with not understanding what actually is going on, but we don't have to talk about that because.
No, we don't. I was just saying that's really cool.
Maybe we don't open.
That's just kind of another form of perspective. In my opinion. So
I don't know where this is going. I don't like when you do that little smirk.
I'm gonna back up a second. We don't need to get into it. We don't need to discuss. We don't need personal opinions. I am just curious as to what you mean by that. Like, what were people ignorant about?
Just like a lot of people don't understand what is going on. All they see is what's on the news. All they see is what they hear at work or whatever.
What they see on Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram, things like that. It's like, but there is people on a daily basis that deal with this on a daily basis. They go in, they take temperatures, and then just exactly what we just talked about with Gage, how they got to experience everything in order of how it went down. They're around COVID patients every day. They're seeing it firsthand, and a lot of people, some people didn't even think it was fucking real for forever, So it's just one of those things. Kind of
what I meant by ignorance.
Yeah. Then there is a lot of ignorance to it.
An
opinion,
the flu and like
there's so many different opinions and different things that go along with it. But for an ignorance for this particular instance that's what I was referring to is what Gage actually did on a daily basis and how people really don't understand or didn't understand or still don't. Because they never experienced it. And that's kind of the definition of it.
It is crazy when you think about, and realistically, this could have been a conversation that could have been had in early January, but it's crazy when you stop and think about everything that happened in the last year. So you go back.
There's been so much
shit. Just go back a year ago, March.
We have
365 days.
We have had as much shit happen as probably the previous generations did. Oh, I wouldn't say previous generations because they had some fucking wars and shit. But like we've had a lot. We've had enough events happen in our lifetimes already, and we're 27.
But we've had so much thrown into
1 year.
1 year. Yeah. Whereas like you're talking generations.
That's what I was meaning is we were saying.
I'm saying they just threw all this shit
in 1 year.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. We literally just. It's not over yet, but we literally just lived a movie. Like, this is a fucking movie.
Yeah, where are we at in the movie?
Hopefully the fucking end, dude. The fuck you mean?
Fucking credits.
Yeah, asteroid's about to hit the Earth. But you think about, go back March, and then actually go back to last January. And it's interesting, and certain things that you don't even realize happened, and it feels like years ago. But one was like the Australian bushfires.
Yep.
Australia. That was early.
California was on fire for like 4 months straight.
California was severely on fire.
Colorado was on fire. The whole West Coast was on fire.
Kobe Bryant dying.
Mm-hmm. A lot of other famous people have died.
The first impeachment of the president was early last year. And then, it's amazing. I look at just this list in general. We had a whole presidential election in the middle of all that craziness. Murder hornets arrived in the U.S. Murder hornets.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video. We were in the old ER in St. V's, and we were watching a video. Some dude has a whole YouTube channel where he lets things like that bite or sting him.
Yes, I've seen this.
And he literally looked like it was like a 17-minute video, and this fucking bee stung him in like minute 2. And it's just a video of him fucking looking like he's gonna die for 15 minutes. Like he's like, I can't feel my arm. Haven't felt my arm in 12 minutes. It's huge. He's like, I think we should take the anti-venom now. I was like, yeah, you probably fucking should have taken it 12 minutes ago, dude. What the fuck you mean? We watched it while we were testing people.
Couple other things on this list. Chadwick Boseman died. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. The president tested positive for COVID. Eddie Van Halen died.
That's a monstrous list.
Alex Trebek died.
Damn. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And that was thrown into 1 year.
My
Betty
question
White
is
still alive.
The deaths.
Thank God.
Do you think that has a lot to do with not being able to do anything?
No.
For the people that were sick. You're cooped up in your house. Normal people are becoming depressed. Normal immune systems are becoming weakened. If you're sick already for something else and you're being cooped up and your immune system is already at a point where it's weak.
I don't think it helped.
I'm not saying it's the cause,
sure.
but it's definitely...
Yeah, it definitely did not help.
I would actually like to see, and as depressing as it is, I would love to see, not love to see, but it would be interesting to see a statistic on the increase of, or like the percentage of suicides like last year compared to other years.
Oh, I'm sure it's a lot.
Crazy
I know there was. I actually witnessed a few drug overdoses in my personal life this year alone. I've never experienced that. So, and I think that rate went up as well this year. Another thing though, I read a statistic the other day. It was 78% of all deaths in the United States from COVID-19 were overweight or morbidly obese patients.
That's because the fucking 78% of the population is morbidly obese.
Yes.
Thanks, Taco Bell.
But I'm just saying that like
Taco Bell.
that has a lot to do
You can
with
eat Taco Bell and not be fat.
Just blaming it, all right? Just let it go.
That just has a lot to do. It just says a lot too, you know.
Yeah,
and
no.
If 78% of the people that died were extremely overweight, I mean that says something.
Sure.
I mean,
so to put this all into perspective, you look at what we have survived the last year. It kind of makes a lot of things seem we can handle it. You know, it's like, well, we survived this. Bring it on. You know, but there's some people that don't handle that as well. Like I am one that it can handle because I've gone through so much shit in my life that it's like, okay, well just another day, man. We'll get through it. We'll just keep rolling with it. Roll with the punches, man.
Some people can't do
Move
that.
on.
Like, oh
no,
God.
And you're right. So a lot of people can't do that, and people freak out and just don't handle that kind of pressure and that kind of stress. And I think everybody as a cultural whole has had to learn to grow together and has to learn to handle that type of problems and handle the things that are being thrown at them. And so my question for you guys, to kind of wrap all this up, is how do you feel personally that you've changed in the last year because of what has happened in our, culture as a whole? Jordan?
I personally changed a lot. Absolutely. A lot. Tenfold changed. Once we were talking about Kobe Bryant earlier. I was in Colorado, and I talked about that on a previous episode. And after that, when I came home, I decided to quit eating meat and live a healthier lifestyle. Then COVID happened, and then after that, all there was to do was to be active and be outside. So I was literally every single weekend, every chance I got, I was outside, just being active as much as I can and getting into nature and just being a part of a more sustainable future. And I've really done a lot of research in that. And so from that aspect, I'm living a lot more sustainable lifestyle, trying to do my part and minimize my footprint on this planet. And also I have a new perspective on just treating humans better, just trying to be the best human I can be. So it like for example, like today, a few months back, I want to start this nonprofit called Helmets for Homies, and I would give.
That's a dope fucking name, by the way.
I would give. Every time I usually go to like a bike park or something, I always have like just random kids' helmets in the back of my car, because you would never believe how many kids don't wear helmets. When I was a kid, I didn't wear a fucking helmet when I was riding my bike. I didn't.
That's not what I'm
and none of us.
No,
did.
I had a joke.
No, I know
that's
that's not why. I'm just telling my story. But
a very
none of us wore helmets when we were
joke,
fucking around when we were kids.
we
just leave that one alone.
But it's like the cool new thing to do is to wear a fucking helmet. And that's what I'm trying to promote. Like I want everyone to wear a helmet and do their thing. And it's a cool thing to wear a helmet. I want that to be the new cool thing. So, but anyway, today I was riding and one of the local kids came up and a few months ago I gave him a helmet, and he rolled up in his helmet that I gave him a few months ago. That was just like a really fucking cool feeling. That like made it all worth it. Like, wow, you know.
Helmets for Homies is a dope name, dude.
Yeah, and that's gonna be my nonprofit. Nobody fucking steal it. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to promote that. I want to promote safety, brain safety, head safety, and cycling in general. But so for me, to wrap that up, I have changed night and day. Have changed. I feel that I'm a better person from this. I try to be more compassionate. I try to be the best human I can be, like I said, and just to take every day by day, and not take anything for granted, and just live my life the best I can. But other than that, I've kind of my life has pretty much stayed kind of the same. Just I have bigger ambitions, and I'm pressing on for see what the future holds.
Well, when I said that question, you were about to say something. I had said that, and you were like, "That's a."
Oh, I was gonna say that's interesting and tough. Are you talking just COVID related, or everything that's happened from January of last year till now?
January of last year. I mean, there's been a lot of things that are like, holy shit.
You might not think it was COVID related, but it was this year related. This year, 2020 was just a year for the years. It was something.
COVID was obviously a huge part of it, but there is a lot of shit that happened.
Everything though,
you know, especially for somebody that's deeply involved in sports. You know, maybe Kobe dying, or seeing things like in Australia happen and stuff like that. Like these things that, yes, they happen, but at the same time they don't happen a lot. And then to throw in COVID in the mix of all of it, and there's such a hodgepodge of
there's a
fuckery in a year. That's it's like
fuckery. That is what
fuckery is the best word.
So, and that's, I think Jordan summed up his lifestyle change, or his thinking, or whatever. What did things, and maybe things didn't change. There could be somebody listening for this that it's like my life, things were crazy, but my life didn't change at all the last year. My thinking didn't change at all. I'm still the same person. And that's okay if you are that way. I mean, not everybody was deeply affected as others. And some people's lifestyles didn't change at all, and so it's that could easily be the same. But, do you think things changed for you, Gage?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, for the everyday, what I do, it didn't change. You know what I mean? Like, the setting of where I was working was different, but it was still me going to work. But with shit that's happened past all that COVID shit with like my family and stuff, things have changed. Life has made it easier to see that like not just me in general, but people just need to stop waiting for things to happen. Like you can spend your whole life waiting for something to happen. And that is kind of my not new because I've always kind of been like, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna do this no matter what, you know what I mean? But like gives me more of a motivation to actually make sure this shit happens,
like this podcast.
This podcast, or like Brie and I getting engaged, stuff like that.
Buying
like
a house.
What are we buying a house? What are we waiting for? We know we want to do this. Why are we waiting?
Why wait? Absolutely.
You never know what's gonna happen. It could come tomorrow, and what we are waiting for our parents could never see. Something could happen to them. Our grandparents could never see because something happened to them. So we know we want to do this. Why are we waiting to do it? Let's just do it. And then that, along with, that's the same like in life, but like and skill set wise, like there are so many things you can teach yourself to do that will make you a better person and make you money. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this downtime that we haven't been able to do anything has went into teaching myself how to do shit.
Same.
That's all I got, dude.
It was just the way you were just. It was just the way you ended. It was abrupt.
I mean, it's obviously not as drastic of a change as Jordan, because Jordan changed literally his entire life.
That progressed into this year, though. It wasn't just this year.
Yeah, I didn't stop like
that. I was like,
stuff. So
it was kind of on. It was on the burner for a minute, and finally started boiling. So,
like, even if there's some things that your life would have changed.
Regardless of what happened.
Correct. Yes. Even if the year wouldn't have been the fuck show that it was.
The fuckery.
I said I might as well be a fuck show if 2020 is.
Correct. I mean, you make the changes that you wanted to change.
For sure.
So, well,
that's awesome, Gage. That's
what about you, Mike? You didn't answer the question.
You haven't gotten to me yet.
I just asked you. That's where we're at.
Hurry up! I gotta piss.
Fucking hate you.
I'm just kidding. What do you got?
I think for me, I look back on it, the biggest change for me was to learn to slow down. and to relax more, because I had, like, my entire life has been, especially adulthood, even I think about, like, back in when I was younger, I was always wanted to be on the go, but, like, my life as an adult has been multiple jobs at once, packing my weeks with stuff nonstop, constantly doing something, very, very randomly taking one day to where I don't do anything, and then having this craziness of a lifestyle to where I'm working 50, 60, 70 hours unnecessarily, but because I wanted to, and to then going down to 20 to 30 hours a week, and that was it. And I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't see I could see people, but you really weren't supposed to or didn't. And I would literally go to work and come home, go to work and come home. And that was it. And that was such a lifestyle change for me. Huge lifestyle. And traveling, especially. How much I've traveled the last 5 to 10, 5, 6, 7 years. And to not be able to do that, I mean, it was just such an abrupt halt. But I look back on it now, and I actually have learned to enjoy to relax more. It's
hard.
It is. It really is.
I really struggle with that.
To be honest, I used to judge people for it, like hardcore. I'm like, you're fucking in your middle to younger 20s. Like, why are you not going out and doing something? Why are you spending every day, if you're not at work, sitting at home watching TV or, not doing anything? And I'm like, whatever. Like, I used to silently judge people for that. But now I look back on it now and I'm like, well, that actually makes sense. Like, it's actually nice to just some days just sit at home and not go anywhere and just eat food and watch TV all day, or read a book, or play guitar, or sit on the lake, or whatever, or play with yourself. Gage, thanks for ruining a nice moment there.
It's still nice.
But what, Jordan? What?
You gonna stick a pin in the?
I don't know. He stuck a finger out, so I didn't know what he was.
I'll start the next topic up.
Okay.
I'll fill you.
You're gonna let him finish what he's talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what
he's gonna plug the next topic.
I'm gonna plug in the next topic. You go ahead.
But no, that was the biggest thing for me. Yeah, why?
I don't know. You look. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm fidgeting.
Why are you fidgeting? That's why I'm asking if you're okay.
Because I'm talking. I always fidget. You just don't pay attention.
I'm sitting there, I got a different angle of you. I can see you fidgeting now.
No, it's weird.
Jordan's not fucking blocking me.
It's the light. It's the light.
It's all about.
Can I get a top 5?
What is this week's top 5, Jordan?
This week's top 5 is top 5 places in Ohio that are destination spots and or places that people want to come see or come visit, or you visited. But
you're first, buddy. What are you laughing at?
I'm first.
Always.
I had a joke, but it was bad.
Let it rip, dude. I want to hear it.
It was bad.
All right.
A lot of jokes. I never asked my question.
We'll save your question for the end.
My number 1 pick in the top 5 this week is Cuyahoga National Forest.
I'm surprised. No way.
What?
Oh my god!
I haven't heard that before.
Didn't you say? Is there a forest or something you haven't been to in Ohio?
Probably not. No, Cuyahoga Forest.
Is there a bush you haven't been in Ohio?
Did you say that?
I jumped in all the bushes.
You said. Isn't there like a state park or like forest you haven't been to?
Is there a bush you haven't been in?
That could be taken multiple ways. Mike, what's your first pick?
I mean, I was once told my face looks like a 70s twat. If that counts.
Why? Because of the bush?
Because your beard?
Why is he being weird now? He's like,
I don't know.
He's like looking around like it's okay to answer or not. Like,
all right, go with me. What's your number 1 pick?
My number 1 pick is Cedar Point Beach. I love the atmosphere of it. I know.
Cedar Point Beach is
never been.
Probably it goes for me. It goes Kelly's Island Beach.
Would you ever go?
Cedar Point Beach.
Okay.
So it's like right there, top 1, 2, and on Lake Erie Shore.
I think for me with the Cedar Point Beach it's just the atmosphere of it. You've got the rides in the back. People are just in. There's a euphoria about. Am I boring you, Gage?
Dude, I've yawned 45 times during this episode.
I know,
so
this episode must
fucking
be really...
you, motherfucker.
This episode,
I'm tired.
This episode must be bothering. So see, we
can't fill out ankles today.
We can't do Tuesdays because you're gonna be fucking asleep. That was a joke.
Did you make a lot of boxes today, you fuck?
I did. I made a lot of boxes today.
So yeah, Cedar Point Beach, just because of the atmosphere of it, and it's a fun place to go.
I made like 18,000 boxes.
Cool.
Yeah. How many boxes were you in today, Gage?
0 boxes.
Jordan was in 18,000 boxes.
No boxes for me either. Be sad. All right.
All right. My number one is I guess the order doesn't matter. Cleveland Museum of Art.
Ooh.
Do you know what? To be honest, by the way, until you said that, I did not know that Cleveland had a museum of art. And I live 45 minutes from there. I had no idea they had one.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to?
Never heard of it.
Never mind.
Oh, me carrying. I thought you were waiting for him to say
No.
something. And then my 2 is Hocking Hills State Park.
Nice. My number 2 would be Waynesfield Raceway Park, which I know none of you guys have been to. It's the racetrack I used to work at down near Lima. It's a super small little bull ring. It's literally, they put a racetrack in the middle of a cornfield. And
sprint cars, correct?
Correct, yeah. And it's a little less than a quarter mile, so it's super small, super fucking racy. And it's a little gem, man. You had no idea.
I've heard a lot of good things.
It's such an awesome place, dude. I had a great time working there when I did, and it's a really, really neat.
You were an announcer for them.
I did, yeah, and was their full PA announcer, and then I did all their media, their digital media and press media. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
Good choice. My number 2. Because I've spent many hours, days, years.
Couldn't do it though.
Is gonna have to be South Bass Island, aka
Put-in Bay.
Put-in Bay.
You would say South Bass Island.
Wow, that's so cliche, Jordan.
No, it's not cliche because
can't
I
believe
said
you would
South
pick that
Bass
place.
Island for one, and that's different than Put-in Bay. Put-in Bay is the town. South Bass Island is the island. And I've spent a lot of time doing other things on the island rather than drinking. Not very often, but
just because you go to Put-in Bay doesn't mean to drink. By the way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
that was at you because
it is
you're associating drinking with Put-in Bay.
number 10 on the top 10 list of best party spots in the world.
The world?
The world.
Or the United States?
The world.
The world. In a world.
Ibiza.
I can think of 10 right now that I would rather go party at than Put-in Bay.
I'm telling you, dude.
Who votes
People
on
come
this?
from
Like,
all over the
yeah,
world.
who votes on that?
It was a random poll on fucking magazine I was reading, but
was the magazine from like fucking 1917?
no, it was fucking recent. It was like literally last year.
Magazine.
No, I actually believe that, and it is true.
In the world, though?
Yes,
Yes.
in the world. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. But I mean, I'm sure there's other places that you can go. I don't.
Fuck, we were there one time at the swim-up bar, and fucking LeBron James and his entourage were there.
But that's
It's from Cleveland, though. That's
I know, but
not
still,
the same.
I'm just saying, people from all over the world go to Put-in Bay. But anyway, I picked Put-in Bay as my number 2 pick. A lot of memories there. Spent a lot of time there. Had a boat that I took there all the time. It was just a camaraderie thing. It was cool, and I still go every year. Take jet skis over there, whatever. And it has a special place in my heart. I'm not about the nightlife scene too much anymore that I am the daytime scene. The Jimmy Buffett
I had way more
style
fun
island
when I
life.
went there with Bree's family and her
because
sister.
you didn't even make it over with us.
That's not what that doesn't mean I've never been there to drink.
I know that, but like partying, like yeah, you had fun with Bree and her family. But what I'm saying is,
I've been there to drink. Yes, like to the bars.
Yes.
Oh.
I had more fun
You were
going
with-
over there during the day
Were you with him?
and getting lunch and doing shit on the island than I did
Yes.
drinking.
I was agreeing.
No, I'm not denying it. I'm not denying that. I just didn't know you
But
had.
we
I
are
thought you
older
had only
now.
been there once.
In my younger years, I spent.
Because you made a
plenty
big
of
deal
time
about
partying
Norman's
over
thing,
there.
how you
But
had
that
never
was
been there
also,
before.
what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, but I figured
Yeah,
you'd only.
that
I
was
did.
4 years.
I thought you'd only been there once. I didn't know
No,
you'd been
I
there
won't.
more than once.
Yeah, no, I've been there a couple times.
All right.
Well, you just
3 or 4
don't. You
times.
don't indulge us. You don't invite us. You
It was
don't
with
ask
Bree-
us to go
it was
with you.
Bree
and-
and her friends. I didn't make the plans. I just fucking showed
What's
up.
your number 3?
Salty Sally.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Sorry, I want to hang out. You know what? Fuck you.
And my number 3 is going to be Wayne National Forest.
Grown in 1812.
I did a bikepacking trip there this summer. It is a huge, amazing place where you're free to roam. It's one of the only places that you can do primitive camping, pretty much wherever you want.
You just camp wherever you want.
Yeah, you just hike the trails and you can pull off the side and set up camp, and it's
doing there,
a
Gage?
sense of freedom.
Scrolling.
And it's definitely
Cheater.
a magical place. It's right along the Ohio River, Marietta. area. It's definitely a really cool spot.
My number 3 pick is Progressive Field, which is where the Cleveland Indians play. That's one of my favorite spots to go in the summertime. You just go when it's 80 degrees out. And nighttime games are my favorite. There's a nice little breeze. The sun's going down. You got a beer in your hand, hot dog in the other hand. You're surrounded by good friends. Place is packed. It's just awesome vibes. Everybody's just happy there. It's the middle of the summer. There's fireworks after the game. It's just a happy place to be.
I will say I'm a Detroit Tigers fan. Die hard. Been a Tigers fan my whole life, and Progressive Field is a phenomenal place to go watch a ball. Yep. No matter who you're watching, there's not a bad seat in the house. It is a cool place. Downtown Cleveland is fucking awesome.
We should go sometime. Gage?
My 3 is actually going to be downtown Cleveland. Downtown Cleveland is dope as fuck to go hang out.
Yeah, downtown Cleveland is cool.
I didn't know you'd been there either.
City. Yeah. I go there. I actually go there like once a month. Not downtown.
What?
I feel like you don't
think I've ever been to downtown Cleveland?
A whole other life that I don't even know about. I don't even know you.
And then 4, I'm going to take the cliche actual Cedar Point.
Oh yeah.
Even though I haven't been there in a while.
Cedar Point
is gonna ask that too.
Like we live so close, and we take it for granted. We honestly do, because there's so many people that literally travel.
I don't know if it's that we take it for granted. It's that we we're able to visit it so much
like as kids
it's not as, oh my god, to us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But definitely a solid pick.
I think it's like one of the top amusement parks in the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They go back and forth. They go back and forth between them and then a place in Germany. And there is an actual group that travels. That is their job. All they do is travel from amusement park to amusement park to rate them. Yes, I met them when they were in Sandusky the one time, and that's literally all they do.
Yeah, because you used to work for Cedar Point, correct?
Correct. Yes. My number 4 is going to be downtown Port Clinton. I've had a lot of great memories downtown Port Clinton. Majority of them with you. Do a little bar hopping.
It's come a long way too. It's a lot. It's better now than it was.
We had a great time last year when they closed down the strip on Madison? Yeah, Madison Street downtown. They put the benches outside and being able to do a little bar hopping. And there's nothing better than being on the water. Doc's Beach House. That was almost a place in itself that I could have chose because that's such a place that I'm a regular every summer, just sitting there on the water, little breeze, sunshine, music playing, live music. It's just such a great feeling, and anywhere on the water. So downtown Port Clinton is just it's grown and it's such a fun place to be.
Awesome pick. Honestly, that was definitely in my top 5 for sure. You stole that from me.
Stat.
But because like I had a boat up there for 4 years, and it was just a magical place. Being able to fall asleep there and wake up and drink coffee there every morning was just fantastic.
You said you had a boat there?
It's a magical place.
Yes.
I thought you said you had a butt there.
Both.
What's your 4 and 5, buddy?
Yeah. You had a front butt there.
There's been a lot of butt talk tonight.
Number 4 on my top 5. I know you guys won't pick this, but I'm not gonna save it for top 5 because it's just that good. Ray's Bike Park in Cleveland. I frequent there all winter long.
Been there a couple times.
It's actually known around the world, around the United States mainly, but I know a few people actually that I've met there that have been from out of the country. But it's just an old warehouse that they turned into a bike park, put a bunch of ramps and different features and stuff in there, and it's huge. Take the green loop all the way around. It's over a mile to ride through, and it is just a magical place where like in the cycling community in general has this camaraderie that is like no other community that you've ever experienced. Everyone's just so awesome, so cool, and it is a really awesome place.
How much different is like that compared to the setup of like a indoor skate park?
It's similar, but it's different because
obviously it doesn't have like the same shit. Like
it has different stuff, but you're not allowed to have skateboards or scooters or anything like that.
It's strictly bikes.
It's strictly bikes. They rent bikes, they rent helmets, they rent things. They have gear there, they have merch, stuff like that. But you go and you can have pizza delivered. You can bring food in, you can bring drinks in, whatever, and you pay like $25 and you can ride all day. And the only rules are you got to wear a helmet. it's a really fucking cool place. Really cool place. That's my.
I don't even know. I know it's not a bike park. I don't even know if there's any. Are there any indoor skate parks even around here anymore?
Not really.
There used to be like. Yeah, and that doesn't exist anymore, right?
Woodville Mall's gone. But that's
going to be an Amazon facility, right?
I used to skateboard there, but
yeah, we used to go all the time.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
I bought a new skateboard on Sunday when we went to Saturday when we went to the mall. I've been wanting one really, really bad, and I just haven't ever had the time.
Dude, I skate still.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Jake has my old deck, dude. I think I still have that old Element board.
Really?
I don't know where Jake might have it.
I remember that Element board.
Yeah, I remember you helped me make it, remember? Because we had the CCS magazine.
Yep.
And we were circling shit in the CCS magazine for my grandma to order.
CCS.
And that magazine still exists.
I know it does.
That's still how you do it. That's fucking dope though. All right, what's your fifth pick? Sorry, that was way off tangent.
That's okay. No, it's totally cool. I enjoyed this. I'm on number 5, right?
Correct.
My number 5 pick in Ohio would have to be. I'm gonna say, you already said downtown Portland.
Correct.
But I am going to say
Sidetown Portland.
No, I'm going to say off the coast of Portland, in the lake. I'm going to say Lake Erie in general. I'm going to say
you
Lake
could have just
Erie.
said, why did you just not start with just Lake Erie?
In general, because
the coast of Portland in the water.
Because Portland is the walleye capital of the world.
Correct.
And fishing is not only a destination spot, it's huge for commerce. It's huge for people make a living on charter boats, taking people out. Like, I lived it. I was a charter captain for a couple of years. I did things in the fishing community. I love to fish, and walleye is my favorite fish to target, and it is an awesome experience. It's an adrenaline rush catching walleye, and it is definitely a pastime that was brought down to my dad, and the community in general is awesome, and to go out and walleye fish on Lake Erie is a really fucking cool thing. Usually this year was different. 2020 obviously was different. Couldn't fish in a tournament. I usually fish in a walleye tournament every year, and it's just so much fun. And Lake Erie is definitely the place to be, the Western Basin specifically, for targeting walleye and fishing in general. So that is my number 5 pick, is the walleye capital of the world and Lake Erie.
Nice.
I feel like you piggybacked off my Port Clinton a little bit there.
Well, I didn't.
Tell me to get fucked, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's different. It's totally different.
You didn't pick the fucking water, motherfucker.
It's true.
You picked the street.
Dude, you know I've grown up on Lake Erie. I've spent a lot of time on Lake Erie. Boom,
It's like he's the only person that lives on Lake Erie. I know you have.
Mike, what's your 5th pick, buddy?
My 5th pick is going to be downtown.
Gibsonburg.
Are we talking about places that I never want to go again? Yes, downtown Gibsonburg. Would be downtown. Not necessarily even downtown.
Williams Park.
Like Columbus. And I would say closer to where, like High Street.
Like Ohio State campus.
Yeah, Ohio State campus.
So
Right
not
off
necessarily
of,
even on
Shoe.
the campus, but around the shoe, the shot, that whole area right there. There's nothing like it when you go and you get to tailgate all day for games, and then you go up to High Street, and there's just thousands of people everywhere that are all there, and they're all celebrating, and they're all in good moods, and they're there to cheer on the Buckeyes, and it's just they're just a bunch of sports fans everywhere, and everybody's just in good atmosphere, especially going down there to tailgate, and you've got just crazy tailgate setups everywhere, and there's TVs and tents, and it's such an insane place to be. So it's one of my favorite all-time places to go especially in the wintertime, when you get seasonal depression and life kind of sucks in the wintertime, but you get something like that to look forward to. So Gage.
My 5th pick is the Toledo Museum of Art.
I've never been there. I haven't been there.
It's fucking sweet.
I bet it is.
Breeze.
I've heard so many good things.
Mercy College graduation was actually there.
That's so
It was
cool.
fucking sweet. It was in the auditorium. But I've been to a couple. They had one that I think it was either a Harry Potter or like a Star Wars event that we couldn't go to because it got canceled because of COVID, that I was super excited to go to. But I've been to one about sneakers and to one about Legos, and they were fucking amazing.
I bet.
Like, cause they have like the cycling exhibit type things that they have, and the Lego one was fucking sweet, dude. You walk in there and there's shit that like looks like it's like molded out of marble, and it's fucking made of Legos, and you're like, what the like? Who has the time or is able to even make this? And it's just amazing.
So cool, absolutely.
Some of the shit people can make with.
I definitely need to make it there.
Well, we'll take next week off as Logan finishes the rest of his vacation.
Yeah. Hopefully, I will get a little like bloopers and shit episode out, so people have something to listen to.
Yeah.
But I want to ask Jordan this question again. He doesn't even know.
I know it's coming because I saw it on Twitter, but you don't have a Twitter, so you don't know it's coming.
So, you ready?
Oh, fuck.
If your friends, if you were a female, would you let your friends hit?
I believe the tweet, would you let your friends smash?
Yeah, would you let your friends smash?
No. No.
Why? Because we're not up to your standards, or
No, because I'm trying to tame some strange.
trying to tame some strange?
So what?
So you wouldn't let us have sex with you because
You know,
want
guys that are,
some
clean.
You guys are all
gentlemen.
friend zone, sorry.
Clean gentlemen.
All right, that's
Gage, you never answered the question. All you did was say a bunch of laughing emojis.
I don't think you answered either, Mike.
Don't revert it back to me.
I asked the question.
Asked you
Are we
first.
really asking if we fuck each other right now? So I'm like really confused.
And on that note,
Yeah, I think
have a good week, everybody.
Yep.
Hell yeah.